Alrighty guys, Chippy12 here, and today I'm going to be showing you around one of my favorite Magic the Gathering websites, and that is CubeTutor.com. I'm going to kind of show you around as well as show you a bit of my cube, which I actually just updated, so you guys can check that out if you want. So first off, we have the blog section. So mine isn't all that exciting. All you can see are all the changes I've made to it recently. You can really write anything you want, like I've been considering putting my top 10 cards for each set in here. You can see all the information on my cube. Here's a picture. I don't have a very good description right now either. Here's a summary of it. Next we can take a look at the list. So this is in order of color, card type, and converted mana cost. So you can go ahead and check out what other people have. So that's pretty cool. You can also export it in a document if you want to. Mine's at 392 cards right now. Just got over 360, so that's cool. You can also go in and edit your list. So here you can add cards. It'll come up. Put it there. Hit add card. It'll go in. You can title it whatever you want. And then save it if you want to add changes to your cube. One thing I also take use of is you can also put any pimpage you have in here. So I say which ones. This is a foil signed Aether Adept, foil Achroma, and then what you can also do is if you want to change either the color, how something's listed in your cube online. Say I want Aether Vial to be counted as a blue card to add to my blue count because I think it belongs there. I can do that, and I can also change type, like if something's a living weapon and I want it to be counted as a creature, I can do that. And I don't see why you'd use this, but I guess you could change what rarity, and obviously the set. Then you can also remove cards from here, and moving on, we can go ahead and do the fun part, which is drafting. You can select how many cards you want per pack, how many packs you get, and how many other bots there are, which are the number of players, usually 7 if you're doing an 8-person draft. So you can go ahead and hit this as many times. I see a sword there already. Update, and then just start drafting whatever you want to. And then at the end of this, it will allow you to build a deck and also add any amount of lands you want, and then save it as well, which I'll get to in a moment. You can also do sealed decks, and you can also pick the amount of booster packs and cards you want. Just to get an idea of how your cube works, it's a great site for cube testing if you don't have the time to actually do a draft or the players to do it. And it also, in the draft, it'll save the cards that people pick most often and import that information, and the bots will start picking those cards as well, which is pretty cool. Here you can also build your deck and save what you want. So here, started building this, add plains, islands, swamps, forests, whatever. So moving on, we have decks. So here's some decks people have saved on mine. Here's one Quad 9's just drafted, yesterday. So you can see what other people are drafting, or some of your own previously drafted decks. And yeah, I think it's great for showing the information that you might need to see and how people are building with your cube. And then we've got the forums and visual spoiler of your cube, which I think is pretty cool, and just to peek at other people's visual spoilers every so often. And it's all organized by color and converted mana cost and card type as well. And then we've got the analysis, which is also really cool to see. If it'll load, there we go. So you can see the color distribution of your cube. So I've got a lot of land, and then I have 50 of each color and multicolor, and then 40 colorless cards. And we can see the percentage of each of the cards in my cube. And then I've got an even distribution for guild cards as well. You can see who picks pimped cards or what rarity is being picked the most. I don't know why Time Shifted's on there, but oh well. I guess it's a rarity. Super types, you can see a lot of people are picking creatures, obviously. Curve charts, so what cards at what mana cost are being picked the most. And then we've also got the number of times cards are drafted, which is also really cool to see. So you can see how many times they're picked, and you can also see how many times they're passed. So apparently Necropotence gets passed a lot, as well as Faith's Fetters. So just some kind of interesting thing to look at. You can also do sample packs, and then you can also do bulk uploads if you want to write out a list. If you've already got it written and you don't feel like going into the edit list, you can just choose a file and upload that and follow the instructions and get that. So there's also the home where you can see all the people you're subscribed to, as well as they have a featured cube, which I think is pretty cool to look at. Activity, just different information, updates. Then we got Cube Index. You can look through a whole bunch of people's cubes, and you can filter it for what type of cube you want, and also the user. There's a lot of YouTube users on here. Like, see if I can find one. We've got Roxboxin 90, Milo the Great One I know is on here, and Quad Nines obviously. Whole bunch of them, which I think is really fun to just check out their cubes and try out drafting them. Got a whole bunch of cubes on here. Then you got your cube, obviously, your account, contact. You can always donate, and there's also FAQ for if you have any questions. So that's basically it for CubeTutor.com tour. I definitely recommend it if you have a cube. It's a great resource to just test it out and see kind of what cards are being picked more, play test it by drafting and sealed deck, and yeah, I just think it's a lot of fun to also try out other people's cubes and get more ideas for your own by the cards they include. So that's it. Thanks for watching. Please comment, subscribe, and keep watching for Magic videos.